Soyuz Microphones is one of my favorite mic companies out there right now. Although they kind of take a vintage and old school approach in their design philosophy, they're not clones, which is something I really appreciate. I don't need another clone of some vintage mic out there. So voicing wise, most of their mics kind of have that classic sound, but they put their own spin on things and they sound really unique. You're hearing me speak through the 1973 right now. This is Soyuz's newest design, and it's their most budget option in their lineup. And it's similar to their Bomblet. So you're hearing me speak through the Soyuz 1973 right now. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's move over to the Bomblet. Now you're hearing me speak through the Bomblet. Both of these microphones have a very similar capsule. The 1973 has a resonator built into it that helps in a few ways. From what their designer told me, most of the Soyuz capsules have the lollipop heads like you're seeing on the Bomblet right now. This is the first time Soyuz has done kind of a classic head basket design. And they found, which I agree with, I found this from experience too, these head baskets can create a bunch of nasty reflections and issues. So that resonator kind of helps with a lot of those issues from doing the classic head basket design. So the Bomblet that you're hearing me speak through right now is much smaller, kind of scrunched down of their bigger solid state and tube mic, I think the 017. The Bomblet has a transformer. The 1973 does not. Let's switch back over to the 1973. Now you're hearing me speak through the 1973 again. What I thought originally was that the 1973 was going to sound really, really similar to the Bomblet, just sans transformer. It doesn't, and hopefully that's coming through in spoken voice at least. The 1973 to me has a very nice kind of mid-range focus and push on it, where the Bomblet kind of sounds a little bit more natural and darker and maybe a little bit more scooped. But this is definitely not the case of, this is just this mic without the transformer. They sound different enough to where I think after you see this video, it's going to warrant owning both of them at some point. One of my initial thoughts when the 1973 came out at its price point was that, wow, so for the same price as a Bomblet, I could buy a 1973 and Soyuz's new Launcher Deluxe, which has a built-in transformer and op amp. So in theory, I could pair the 1973 with the Launcher Deluxe and have the option of adding a transformer in at the same price point as the Bomblet. So we're going to go through and do what I do with all my other reviews. We're just going to do a whole song front to back using both of these mics. Every source is going to have the Bomblet on it, the 1973, and then the 1973 going through a radial splitter to the Launcher Deluxe in the non-phantom power mode, so that it's just passing through. It's not adding gain, it's just adding color. So for each source, we'll have the Bomblet, we'll have the 1973, we'll have the 1973 going through the Launcher Deluxe. Let's play some music.
What's it worth to you to take away the everything? Well, the price of a life's just a shotgun shell away. What's it worth to you to take away the everything? Well, the price of a life's just a shotgun shell away. What's it worth to you to take away the everything? Well, the price of a life's just a shotgun shell away. I can feel the touch of your greed cold beneath the skin. Then the stab in the back and she'll play like she's not here. Well, everyone has a price, until your life's a price to pay. So she lay like a stone and she felt him fade away. And that's the price we pay. Temptation is a load of lies, and it's bringing us down. And that's the price we pay. Temptation is a load of lies, and it's bringing us down.
Now that we've heard pretty much all the individual instrumentation from the song, we're going to move to the montage stage with the videos where we listen to the whole song front to back. There's never any perfect way to approach this when we get to this stage, so I just have to make some decisions. I'm going to do a full mix of the song, and the mixed version of the song is going to play in the montage. I think at this point, the Bomblet's been out for a while. Most people watching this are probably more curious about the 1973. So when I do my mix, I'm going to do the full mix using the 1973 mic files with my EQ and compression and everything. All three sets of files, Bomblet, 73, 73 going through the Launcher Deluxe, all of these are going to be level matched as close as I can get them, so that when we're going through the montage, I'm going to switch between the different mics, but the mix settings are going to be what I chose for the 1973. I don't think it's going to be as accurate a comparison if I did 3 separate mixes based on how these sounded differently, if that makes any sense. So hopefully by applying my mix settings from the 1973 to the Bomblet and this going through the Launcher Deluxe, that'll showcase the differences as best as we can. Please make sure you go to the link in the description, download the full session files. If you've got Pro Tools, you can load up the session. I'm going to have everything playlisted, so when you pull it up, it's just going to have one set of files from one mic, and then when you go in the playlist, it'll be level matched, and you can switch from the 73, switch playlist to the Bomblet, switch playlist to the Launcher Deluxe. If you don't have Pro Tools, just go into the audio file, drag everything into your DAW. Everything's going to be lined up. Yeah, let's move to the montage.
What's it worth to you to take away their everything? Well, the price of a life's just a shotgun shell away. I can feel the touch of your greed, cold beneath the skin, and the stab in the back, and she'll play like she's not here. And that's the price we pay. Temptation is the Lord of lies, and it's bringing us down. And that's the price we pay. Temptation is the Lord of lies, and it's bringing us down. Everyone has a price, and to your life's a price to pay. So she lay like a stone, and she felt him fade away. Now hush, my baby girl, don't you say a word. Your papa's gone to heaven, and mama's on her way, and money don't mean a thing. And that's the price we pay. Temptation is the Lord of lies, As our faith subsides,